If there's one thing that always appears in anime, it's fighting. A big ol' action scene consisting of punches, kicks, powers, and with dialogue aplenty. And the best fight scenes in anime usually contain some badass characters. Big muscles, so much power levels, and having an awesome look to boot. In this list, I'm going to be counting down my favorite badasses in anime. Whether cause their fight scenes are cool, their powers are awesome, or if their simple appearance makes me go, yeah, baby! These are my top 10 badass characters in anime. Number 10. Claire Steinfeld from Baccano. A man of many names, Claire Steinfeld, Vino, and even the bloody Rail Tracer. He's a mysterious fellow who doesn't become fully revealed until the halfway point of the series. Before this though, he kills so many black and white suits on board the Flying Pussyfoot. Claire thinks so highly of himself and his power that he truly believes that he is never gonna die. And if he does, that'll just mean that the entire world was but a dream to him and that everyone living in it is just a part of it. His fight with Lad Russo is one of the highlights of the series. Each of the players dishing out each other's philosophies while bringing out some punches and flips. Claire ultimately comes out on top, throwing Lad off the train and then immediately goes to woo the silent yet beautiful Chane. All these scenes just show how much of a badass he is, never flinching at all throughout it. He is the god of this world, and that's just all there is to it.
So you're one of those too? Someone who really believes they're never gonna die?
Of course. After all, the world is mine.
Number 9. Alexander Anderson from Hellsing Ultimate. Throughout this kick-ass OVA series, this man only has one purpose: to remove all evil and sin from the world as a high member of the Roman Catholic Church. That of course brings him into conflict with Sir Integra Hellsing and her organization, most importantly, her strongest minion, Alucard. From the first time that Anderson appears, he is a badass from the start. Whenever he shows up throughout the series, you just know that there's an amazing fight that's about to happen. My favorite episode of the series is easily the 8th episode. The main highlight of it is the final fight between Anderson and Alucard. With the help of his associates, Anderson manages to tear through Alucard's army of the undead, even with his arm basically torn off and in a bloody mess. He squares off against him with some really good dialogue in between. He wants to do whatever it takes in order to defeat his foe, even if it means using a holy weapon to turn himself into a weapon of God, causing him to lose his sanity. Out of all the badass moments in this series, Alexander Anderson is easily the most badass of them all.
Come on then, Judas Priest!
You won't be so lucky this time, vampire.
Number 8. Kuya Nakahara from Bungo Stray Dogs. A man who's funny, awesome, and terrifying all at the same time. With the power of gravity manipulation, he is easily the most powerful character in the show. Only Danzai is able to stop his rampage with his ability canceller. He doesn't show up too much in the series, but when he does, you know something badass is gonna happen, like his fight in the first season and how he took down Lovecraft all by himself. If he uses too much of his power though, he'll go into a rage mode which makes him almost unstoppable. He's the Port Mafia's ace in the hole, employed to the scene if an enemy is too powerful for the rest of the members to handle, or if the boss wants to leave a clear message of which group is the most powerful and who truly rules the city. His outfit also expresses him as a man in charge of the situation, with no one ever being able to stop him. At first, he'll make you laugh, then he'll get you excited, and then he'll terrify the shit out of you. Can't get any more badass than that. Number 7. Klaus from Blood Blockade Battlefront. The leader of the team of Libra who fights evil in the city of Hellsalem's Lot, he has a calm and cool demeanor, ready to take charge in the most crazy and messed up situations. Like the majority of the characters on this list, he is the strongest physically in his group. Even trying to use a scheme that lasts an entire episode, Zap isn't able to land a single punch on him. In the episode, by the way, he beats down countless creatures and warriors in an arena-like setting, only losing to the boss of the establishment. But that was because he was a blood breed in disguise, and these vampire-like creatures cannot be defeated by brute force. They can only be stopped by learning the blood breed's name and trapping them using a powerful blood battle technique. which just happens to be something that Klaus is best at doing. When KK and Steven are about to be killed by a blood-breed woman, this motherfucker comes out of nowhere and traps the monster in one shot, saving the day. He's the badass leader of Libra that everyone can rely on to save the day.
I present to you my credentials, good sir. Now where's Zap?
Enjoy your visit, sir.
Thank you.
The hell?
Number 6. Sailor Uranus from Sailor Moon. Arguably the most powerful Sailor Sensei physically, rivaling that of even the muscle of the main group Sailor Jupiter, she's someone who is badass in both her civilian form of Haruka Tenyo and her sailor form of Uranus. She loves to drive her car and feel the wind whipping against her face, alongside her girlfriend Michiru. She's also a strong athlete, participating in winning many kinds of races. With her talisman and her world-shaking abilities, she's someone that the rest of the Sailor Sensei can rely on. In the beginning of the S season, her attitude was a lot harsher before she softened up in front of everyone in the later parts of the season, and in the Star season. She's also badass with her personality, and the way she expresses herself. She refuses to be pinned down into any set category or label, and she lives her life exactly the way she wants to. And she is always true to her real self. All these qualities and more is what makes Sailor Uranus a badass woman, through and through.
That's not a boy. That's a girl. I don't remember telling anybody that I was a boy. Oh, wow.
Number 5. Shizuru from Durarara. All of the citizens of Ikebukuro can recognize Shizuo from far away by his bright blonde hair and his bartender uniform. Despite not being a bartender, he's a human with unlimited strength. Where did all this strength come from? Who the fuck knows? But whenever he gets angry, whoever pisses him off is about to get sent flying by his fist or a nearby guard rail or vending machine that Shizuo will pick up and throw at them. Even with his mean and destructive demeanor, he's actually really approachable once you get to know him. He's befriended a bunch of people who are badass in their own right, like Celti and Verona. He usually doesn't have much going on in his mind, just going through the motions of his everyday life. But whenever he hears about Izaya and is reminded about how much this man pisses him off, a vein will appear on his forehead and he'll leave everything that he is currently doing to try and go kill him. He's sort of like a gentle giant if you don't piss him off. He'll befriend anyone in the city given the chance, except Izaya or anyone who wants to hurt his friends. But when he gets angry, he's the most badass citizen of Ikebukuro.
Oh, come on, Shizu-chan. So I pinned you for something you didn't do. Who knew you'd get so mad?
Oh, I'm not mad. I just want to beat the shit out of you.
Number 4. Saitama from One Punch Man. Do you want to get as strong as the strongest hero in the world? It's easy. All you have to do is 100 push-ups, 100 sit-ups, 100 squats, and 10 km running every single day. That's the way that Saitama became as badass as he is today. Just like the title of the show says, he can defeat any enemy with one punch, which is something that he comes to hate because it causes his life to become boring. The only person to require more than one punch to be destroyed was Lord Boris, but even then it didn't take as much effort for Saitama to defeat him. Because of his appearance, lots of his enemies and even allies underestimate him, but they are then taken by surprise and are left with their mouths open when they watch Saitama defeat an enemy with one punch. When the Deep Sea King is able to breeze through multiple high-class heroes, even Genos, Saitama just walks up, gives the creature a punch, and insta-kills him. That's how badass he is. He's the bald hero that can defeat any opponent with a single punch.
Not again. All it took was one punch. Damn it!
Number 3. Levi from Attack on Titan, the strongest Titan killer of the cast. The only other character that can come close to him is Misaka, and that's only because of the fact that they are distant relatives from the Archimen family. He's another character whose mere appearance guarantees a badass moment is about to come. He can kill a Titan without a sweat using his quick reflexes, impressive speed, and special techniques, like his rolling Sonic the Hedgehog moment right here. Just like Mikasa, he can go into a rage mode that enhances all of his abilities. He used this to survive a fierce Titan encounter when his close friends, Isabelle and Furlan, are killed in a gloriously brutal way. Also when he got revenge on the female Titan after he killed Petra and the others. He'll beat down anyone to get his point across and get them into line, like whenever he needs to shut Eren up and calm him down because he's going into another stupid rage mode. There's a reason why he's arguably the most popular character in the series, allowing him to have his own two-parter spin-off, which is really good by the way. In the end, he's the reason that humanity can have hope for survival in the future. Number 2. Oliver Armstrong, from Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood, the Ice Queen of the Northern Wall of Briggs. She is also one of the heirs to the Armstrong family fortune, beating out her younger brother Alex in order to get it. She protects the border of the country in the north from invaders, and she rules over her subordinates with an iron fist. She's ready to take charge in any situation and is able to easily bring soldiers onto her side. Her fight with Alex, and later with Izumi and Sid Curtis, against Sloth, is easily my favorite fight in this anime with superb fight scenes. The way she takes command and does her best against a super strong opponent is so badass. It's very rare when we get a strong and badass female character who doesn't conform to the female gender stereotypes that most female characters in anime fall into. I really like how loyal all of her soldiers are. They are willing to sacrifice herself on a moment's notice, and she would do the same thing. While not my favorite character in Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood, that would go to Ling or Izumi, she's the one that I admire the most. In a military full of men, she's a woman who can beat all of them down without blinking. She's called the Ice Queen for a reason, for she is a badass woman, through and through.
General, you are among the weak who will become the foundation for this country, literally.
Number 1. Kenpachi, from Bleach. It's the middle of a fight and things don't seem to be going his way. His eye patch falls off, he starts to glow with the yellow energy, and he starts to laugh his maniacal laugh. That's when you know that you're about to be killed by Kenpachi's hands. Few people have survived from being in a fight with Kenpachi, with Ichigo being a lucky survivor. Arguably the strongest of the Soul Society captains physically wise, he became the captain of the 11th Division by killing the previous captain with ease. Being an outcast, along with Yachiru, he killed people left and right in order to survive and prove his strength. He doesn't do well with others and doesn't listen to anyone. The only one being able to make him calm down is Unohana. Each one of his fights is a showcase of immense and powerful strength. Every time he enters a scene, I get so excited and the leftover testosterone in my body gets so fired up. His fight with the 5th Espada is a highlight in the arc, and his three-way fight between him, Byakuya, and Yami is a delight to watch, even if it is frustratingly not shown to the end.
Bullshit.
He's the Soul Society captain that all enemies of the Soul Reapers have to fear. With just a badass laugh and a show of strength, he'll make you fear for your life. But hey, at least you'll get a badass fight out of it, so that's a plus at least.
ほらな、退屈だろ。